Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with Matt and Halia and Collecto6, or better known as Stepify.
Thank you. I hate that. It's Collecto 6 or Stepo. Either one is fine, or Steven. Stepify was something they saddled me with when I went on to whatever it is on Google or whatever it is. And they say, you are now Stepify. I said, can't I just be Collecto 6? No, you have to be Stepify.
So he likes to
Stepoify
be,
or some screwy deal. Stepoify.
he
Sounds
wants
like
to be known as Stepify. So
it
it's
sounds
just
like something. Well, I won't say what it sounds like. But anyway, but there I am.
So yeah, yeah, you're annoyed with me for calling you Stepify when
No,
I
it's all
went to
right.
the question.
I'm not annoyed with you, Alan. I'm just
Okay.
glad you're okay and getting better, and that's my primary concern, truly.
Yeah, actually, strangely, I got kind of worse. It's just the first day I was fine, and then it just got worse progressively. I don't
Problem
know.
with concussions. The one time I had one, I got it from getting hit in the head with a baseball, and it didn't really start showing signs until 2 days after it happened.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the way it works,
yeah.
actually.
So it's kind of messed up. So I wish I had talked to you before I went into the hospital, Matt. But so what happened was, okay, I was in. I'll explain the. Can I quickly explain the situation? So what happened was I was stopped at a red light, just waiting to turn, and our car was like, it's a really long straight road. Okay, you can see the cars like stopped pretty far. I mean, it's like it was obvious that I'm stopped. There's cars stopped in front of me, and the car that was behind me just kept on driving
What
as
kind of
if
car was it?
I was just like a little sedan. So I was driving my SUV, and what happened was they must have been going 40 to 50 kilometers, like I'm thinking like 35 miles an hour kind of range. And they hit me just without braking. They just plowed right into me. And their car actually went under my car, like because it was like just the way the bumpers. So they went, and then they had to actually kind of pull their car apart from mine. But I took the full blunt of that force. I didn't hit anything. I didn't like bounce forward. I guess if you hit something, it's sometimes better because you're transferring that energy to something else.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like just my brain went splat against my forehead. Um, or like
I
So
think your head needs inertial dampeners.
yeah, exactly. So it was. I was feeling fine the first day, and then I was getting sore the second day, and then the third day I did the live stream, and then after the live stream I was dead. I was like totally dead, and then I went to the hospital the next day, and the hospital I went to, it's like Canadian healthcare system, so you gotta have that understanding. And it just happened that yeah, Matt, it's the worst hospital in Ottawa that I went
Yeah,
to.
for time waiting. Yes.
Yeah, so when I got in there, actually I went in and they said, "Oh, it's a 15-hour wait." I was like, "Oh, crap, I'm not going to wait 15 hours. I'm dying now." So I went to a walk-in clinic, and actually I was lucky. There was no line at this walk-in clinic, and it only took like 2 hours to get seen. No line. And so I got seen but it was telehealth where you like talk to a doctor like over a thing, and he said, "Oh yeah, you probably need some kind of CT scan. I'll give you a referral." So I thought, okay, I got a referral. I'll go back to the hospital and I'll just use that and get the CT scan and it'll be quick. Nope. I had to go through the whole ER process all over again. And they said now then it became like instead of a 15-hour wait, it became a 22-hour wait.
I think it's
So
criminal.
yeah, so
I think that it's
Part of the
criminal.
issue. Part of the issue is Alan not knowing Ottawa very well right now.
mhm.
Once he had the referral, if I had talked to him, I would have told him where to go, and he would have been in and out in 4 hours because the referral would have got you your CT scan faster at the general.
Yeah. So then it took me after I saw the doctor another 3 hours. It was almost like the total time in hospital was about 27 hours.
God.
And you were there the whole time?
Yeah, and I didn't get to sleep, so it's even worse. Like, I'm like like dying here mentally. And it was just like, this is brutal. Like, what kind of torture is this?
Wow.
And then I saw other people too. I felt bad for them too because we were all sort of joking, like, with each other. Oh, it's only 20 some odd hours. We're only bleeding to death. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you were actually physically bleeding, you would have got in or a lot
No,
earlier.
I know. I was just joking.
But
But
the
there were
problem-
two like people that were in the waiting area. There was two
Mhm.
code blues during the time that I was there.
Yeah. And part of the problem with the Canadian system is a
Blame
lot of
me.
the clinics and stuff don't stay open long enough to take people off. So people end up in the emergency room for no reason.
All right,
Mhm.
blah blah blah. Hospitals. Let's get on to comic books.
Okay.
Hell with the hospital
Okay,
crap.
so
I get enough
okay,
of this crap here. I'm
Okay,
sick
so-
of it. I don't care for
All
it.
right.
And we've got a screwed up system here for reasons I won't go into because this is supposed to be fun. We're supposed
Yeah.
to be back on the beam, and I would like to, Alan, if you want, I will start with some books.
Okay, just quickly, I'll be fine in a few years. Okay, that's my update. Okay.
It'll be fun. I'll be fine in 5 years. I'll be fine in
Okay.
5 years. I will let you know. Okay, I'm going to start this away. I got this one from Whodat, which is assigned Arthur Adams 9/8, and this is the Avengers: The Children's Crusade #3, Arthur Adams cover, and it is a beauty of Scarlet Witch.
That is a beauty.
And the way he signed, wait, go back. You should show just the way he signed it. He signed this book. It's like signed in that little POW or whatever that is.
In the star.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. Good signature placement.
He had 2 of them, and I wanted to help him, and he wanted to help me, so I got 2 because I think that's a great book.
It
Yeah,
is a
it's good for him.
Anything Art Adams is a good pickup.
yeah.
I still don't. I harbor ill will towards him because of how he treated Alan when Alan interviewed him. I didn't care for him.
He's all mean to me.
He was a snark, and I didn't care for that. I thought that was totally. You were being extremely nice, and he was being
Mhm.
really
He's
being.
being really snarky towards
He was
me.
a
Yeah.
turd, is what he was.
Oh, that's a
Here
shame.
is take. Let me spell that for you. ADAMS. Okay, here is J. Scott Campbell doing Deja Thoris, and this is a Virgin variant.
That's cool.
I guess that some guy named Null is going to be doing something soon.
You
Yep.
had to get a 9/8 of it.
Yep.
It's awesome. And you got it actually just before the prices went up.
I did. This is a FOMO from Alan. It's just a
Mhm.
beautiful Batman
Oh, wow.
cover.
Is it a 9/8 too? Or
It's a 9/8.
yeah. I just couldn't see. It's like right where the
Is there any other kind for modern books, but older books? No. This is a really cool book, and I've wanted to get one for a long time, and then this one showed up and very, very favorably. This is the Green Hornet
yeah.
#1, and the first appearance of Bruce Lee.
and you got it for a steal because like I don't know what they were thinking in terms of the price for that.
They were
grade.
they were absolutely wrong, and I was just there to pick it up. There's the Black Beauty.
Mm.
Awesome.
Wow.
It's cool that
And-
it's their first Stan Lee, not Stan Lee, Bruce Lee.
It's the first Stan Lee. Okay,
Bruce Lee.
okay, and then this. I already had this one. This is a breathtaking copy of #2,
Oh wow.
and here is a breathtaking copy of #3. These are file copies.
Oh wow. Did you have these before?
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
The other one. When I said, "Where's the other one?" My buddy, my comic friend, I said, "Where's the first one?" He says, "Oh, somebody already got that." I said,
Oh,
"Well, thanks a
oh.
lot."
Wow.
Last Ronin, I bought
Mine's
several
right now.
covers. None of these are cheap, but they are so cool. This is
Yeah.
a 9/9.
That is an awesome Virgin cover.
Wow.
Here is another one. Bleecker of Bleecker Street Comics told me that this was the one that everybody had to get. and it's the ghosts of the other turtles, and they kind of fluoresce,
Wow.
holding
Oh
Michael,
wow.
and it's signed by everybody.
You know what that reminds me of? If you go to like Disney World and you go on the Haunted Mansion ride,
Yeah,
you
Yes.
know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? The ghosts.
isn't that
The-
cool?
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
the ghosts of Ninja Past. Okay.
Here is another 99 mint white pager.
Oh wow. And
I've wanted to
where-
show these for almost 3 weeks, but we've been shoved and pushed around, and nothing could happen, and it just became.
well,
When
you were out of commission on Monday, so
I was out of commission, then Alan went to the trouble of getting himself brained, and then I mean I really was I couldn't do anything anyway. So one of these people sent me a turtle book that came with it for free.
oh, that's nice.
Very nice.
This was the
I
first
always
one I
like
got.
free stuff.
And this is the first one that I got. I got this from Bleecker quite a while ago, and it started me. But what a cover this is! Is that you, Matt?
Yep.
Do you have a cold?
No, that's just my usual crap.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to know if the arterial. I wanted to know if the arterial flow was standard or not standard.
You're
It's
a healthy
standard.
bunch this night. Okay.
Here we go. One of my favorite. This is an Infinity cover, and this is a timely comic, and this is a 1947 timely comic. This would be considered the atomic age, 1947. And what could be more atomic than Mighty Mouse?
Yes.
Very cool.
Isn't that fun?
I really
Yeah.
like that one. I'm actually now that's on my want list now. I didn't know about it until you showed it.
Have fun.
Who? Okay. I understand Mighty Mouse. Who's the pig in the corner? Do you know the characters? On the cover, on the front cover.
They are the nameless, faceless rabble that he fixed, that he helps.
Okay.
We don't know.
Here is no one knows. They are generic. They are generic Terry Toons. They are Terry Toons that are there. It isn't like Chocodockle or Snagglepuss or whoever they would want to have. This one, here is another timely comic. This was from September of 1948. I didn't even know this thing existed. And then I saw it on, and it was reasonably priced. I have no idea why it was, but look at this baby.
Wow.
Whoa.
Isn't
Yeah,
that a
awesome.
honey?
Now see that one makes me think of Laverne and Shirley. The
Yeah,
three
it's
of
very
them,
prematurely, like the way that they're walking.
you know, because they're all in.
Three blondes, beautiful. They're stopping traffic. Guys are in love with them. Hubba hubba, wee wee. And it says here, one page, hey look, by Harvey Kurtzman. Who cares? And then there's 2/7/26. So July 26th is when this actually came out, not September. So anyway, but isn't that just a killer copy?
That is
Oh, it's
really
beautiful.
awesome.
Very cool.
Okay. Then Alan showed a book, and then because I never do anything without first seeing what Alan's doing, and then I have to do it, and then if at all possible, I have to outdo him, and I have to also get it for less expensive, although I haven't been very successful with that. Alan's much better at that than I am. So I have to console myself with just having far more beautiful books. Here is a Marvel Tales number 104 from Atlas Comics Timely Marvel from December of 1951. And this is a Russ Heath cover, and it's Marvel Tales number 104.
My copy's at Stackery.
I don't believe you.
That's
I don't believe you. It's not real. But look at the gal, isn't she? And the monsters coming in.
Mhm.
So that's Russ Heath.
So those Marvel Tales are really underrated. They're actually some pretty amazing covers in the run.
They're hard to get.
Yeah.
So
they're-
then one of the things that I had done a little while ago, because you do, their Marvel annuals are pretty cool. And I have eschewed them. I had them before, And the ones that survived my mother throwing my books away got traded away when I got rid of my entire childhood collection, 1988. But I had them when I was a kid. I had them all, and I read them and 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 read them, and I loved them. Here is Fantastic Four Annual #1,
Wow.
and I got this from Who Dat.
Who's the guy with the lightning head? Their crown.
Who's the guy with the lightning head?
That's
Is that
Namor.
Wow, that's an ugly crown.
That's not a lightning head. That is his crown. It
That's
looks like basically looks like a sea mine that he cut open and then put it on his melon. And his shorts are red, not green or blue.
And this one is it's his origin issue. Right.
It's the unofficial Undersea Legions of Submariner. This is before he said Imperious Rex. You got Spider-Man, you have the origin of the Fantastic Four, and you have the gallery of villains with Dr. Doom and a whole bunch of other guys.
Nice.
And then
That is
so
one weird crown.
And if I had to get the first one, the second one was actually the one that then I made a concerted effort because of all this Dr. Doom spec. And here's Fantastic Four Annual #2 with the final victory of Dr. Doom.
I can picture Dr. Doom saying, "Victory is mine," just like Stewie.
Oh, I hate you. Why am I wearing a diaper? I'm not in Delhi. What am I doing? I hate you. I will kill you all. I actually have this toy cardboard locker filled with these soldiers. I actually have this set. Cool. I was walking in an antique store, and by God, here it was sitting there. You know, no one knew what it was. It was just some toy for, I don't know, $6 or $8 or something.
Oh, wow.
I immediately bought it and it's got the kid's name on it. And it's such a snare. It says dimensions 6.5 by 3 by 2 3/8. That's not a locker. That's a matchbox, right? That's a safety matchbox. And these things are what they call flats. And flats are as close as man can come to a two-dimensional toy. It is so thin, and there's this tiny little base. And here they show all the soldiers in green, and then the planes are flying, and the bombs are going off and stuff. And what it is just a box of plastic, little plastic people that hardly stand up at all. And it takes forever to get them to stand up. You can't move them around. They can't put things in their hands. They don't hold guns. They don't like regular army men would. They are so problematic standing. There's just no way that they can, and even if someone opens the door on the other side of the house, there's enough breeze to knock them all down. That's how wimpy they were. And this is one of those ones that you would have to wait for weeks for the thing to come. And then when you get it, you go, "Oh, I'm happy. It's so great. It's so wonderful." No, it really is. No, it's just as good as I'll do like the picture. It's a life lesson. But I have that. I have all these. I took them all out of the box, and I moved them all around. I set them up and stuff like that. And I said, "Yeah, this sucks." Okay, so anyway, and then because the Amazing Spider-Man Annual #1 is very cool because it is the first appearance of the Sinister Six. And here it is. I went out and I bought this, and I got this also very, very favorably. But this is really one. The 3 annuals from the 2 FF #1s and the Spider-Man #1. And I also have the Strange Tales in.
Play me.
Play me. So here is the Amazing Spider-Man and all of these evil type villains, and it's Ditko, and it's beautiful, and he has the webbing under his arms. And it's interesting that the webbing under his arms in this is not scalloped, but it is scalloped because the Strange Tales Annual #2 is considerably earlier than this one. So, but those are the annuals I have. I have that slab. I have that somewhere else. Now, this is all of this stuff, and I have just another little chunk that I'll do later. But I wanted to get these shown so that I can then put them away. And I also want to say, while I have your attention. I have, Alan, 2 things have arrived.
Oh, okay.
two big things have arrived for our Monday special.
Oh, okay, cool.
Number one, the next huge installment of slabs and books of the Marvel Monsters has arrived.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And I showed today, if you saw my post today, it's Secrets of Young Brides. It's red Charlton cover, and it's a wonderful story where a woman uses her pelvis and her dancing ability to make money because her erstwhile husband, who has had a couple heart attacks, and he needed money, was going to quit school. She says, "No, you can't quit school and ruin our future together." And she had left the dancing business. She had made over $1,200 in 1964, undulating her pudenda. And she took this money and then she gave it to this guy. And he says, "Where did you get all this money?" He says, "Well, my parents sent it to me for my fall wardrobe, but I give it to you," which is not true. She put on a hoochie coochie dress, and she's kicking, and she's bending herself and contorting for the enjoyment and lewd stares and catcalls of evil men watching women being half naked dancing around, which is like you do. And so the whole thing, then she says, "The other me," and the other me is her. And she's just got a dynamite body, and she's got a dynamite dancer. And she says, I took ballet, and I'm dancing in this giant piece of crap place with these men. I don't want to hear what they're saying about my pelvis and all that other stuff." And then she's doing all this stuff when she's got her leg up over the top of her head, which is important thing to do. And he says, "My gosh, the guys were right. That is my wife." And she's up there doing all this stuff. And then the cover says, "Let me explain what I'm doing." And he's going, "I knew there was something wrong." And then the music comes up, and the cover was done by Dick Giordano, which is way cool. And then the interior was done by Joe Orlando and Vinnie Coletta. And so they did the inside when she's got fishnet all over her bikini. And then she's got fishnet stuff all over her, and she's got long high heels, and oh boy. And so anyway, I have a whole slew of Charlton, slimy, oozy, wonderful, disgustingly lovely romance books to show. So I will be showing not only monsters, but I'll be showing other kinds of monsters too.
Stephen, that story reminds me of how I met Mrs. Hall. Yeah.
Hey, now you're talking. All right. Mrs. Hall. Yeah, I've got a new respect for you.
So who wants to go next?
Why don't you do your top 10 list?
Do you want me to do my top 10 list? Okay.
No, do your top 10 list.
I'll do my top 10 list, and then I'll pass out, and then you guys just go on without me. Okay, one sec here. Okay, so these are my so every Friday I normally do a video earlier in the day, and it's my Friday challenge. I didn't record that video because I wasn't feeling up to it, but I figured I'd do it now. So this is my Friday challenge. If you want to take part in the Friday challenge, you just make a video where you show, in this case, your top 10 sci-fi covers in your collection. Just record a video, use the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge, and everybody will get to see it. And you can even, put me in your description, and I'll check it out too, because I'll get a notification. Okay, so here's my honorable mention. This is Batman 59, first appearance of Deadshot,
yeah.
I always get Bloodsport and Deadshot.
I know you make that mistake almost every time you show this.
It drives me crazy. I always thought this was a cool cover, especially for Batman. Just it's such a weird, where they're in space. It's just so weird. So I just like that. So that's my honorable mention. Number 10 on my list is A Weird Science. I like women in tubes. You'll see that a little bit of a theme in here. And this one has lots of women in tubes. And this one reminds me of, what was that movie that just came out? Voyager or Voyage or Passenger?
Passengers.
Passenger, yeah, Passengers. I was going to get it. And basically he chooses which girl to wake up, and same
Yeah.
idea.
That
He's
movie
gonna-
was super creepy by the end.
Yes. Well, that may be based on this comic. So yeah, he's got a whole bunch of pretty girls, and he's gonna wake one up. So I think that's pretty cool. So there's that one. That's number 10. Number 9 on my list is Weird Science Fantasy. This is a Wally Wood cover. Actually, the previous one was a Wally Wood cover too. But I always liked this one.
I love Wally Wood spacesuits.
Yeah, he's got the nice bubble helmet going on. You're going to see a lot of Wally Wood on this list because I really do like his sci-fi stuff. Okay, so that's Weird Science 27. And then Steven was the one that showed me this book, and then I had to get it. It's a Lily Renee, Planet Comics, and it's just a Spider Woman. Well, I don't know. She's got a big spider web behind her. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Little people, and can you see the little people stuck in the spider web?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, and then you got these people in the bubble. It's just a really cool
The
sci-fi.
death web of, hold it up slightly here. Death
Yeah,
web
yeah.
of Zenith.
Featuring Mr. the Moon.
Also,
Yeah.
the Star Pirate Space Rangers.
Exactly.
Of the moon. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Okay, so that actually features Mr. the Moon. This book is the first appearance of Mr. the Moon. And this is another Lily Renee. I'm not sure why he's wearing pink boots, but he's wearing pink boots. But I just like the girl in it. I think this is a Lily Renee, but has almost a Joe Doolin effect where she has really long legs. Just a really great.
Yeah.
He's got like this weird German World War I helmet.
Okay, that's cool. That helmet is like so random. That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that weird? And it's like some alien guy with that.
To go with pink boots, of course.
Yeah. So okay, and then the next one is, if you're ever in space, this is really important. If you're a hot girl, you got to wear hot clothes. So you got to wear your bikini when you're going in space. So this is Strange Worlds number 1. I just think the girl's really cute, and she's like blasting the aliens in the face. So yeah, Strange Worlds number 1. It's from Avon. I'm not sure who the artist is. Oh, Jean Fawcett cover. So just a really cool one. And you'll notice I like good girl covers. I'm not sure if you knew that about me, but here's another Jean Fawcett, and it's Earthman on Venus. There was an old movie.
You've had these for a long time, Alan.
I know. Well, in the last few years. But these are my top 10 sci-fi covers. I mean, I didn't just pick these up. These are been in my collection for a while. But
So you just got them.
and so I just
I'm waiting for Brick Bradford because that better be around in here somewhere.
I didn't include him because
Why? Why wouldn't you include Brick Bradford?
because I didn't want to include robots.
No robots for science fiction. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Go ahead, Alan. That's fine. The accident has done more than I thought. I'm very sorry.
I don't think I understand the rules at all.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, I picked sci-fi covers. No, not many robot-y ones. There is one robot though. I actually did include.
But you said
one
there were
robot.
no robots. What do you mean?
I didn't say
Explain,
all. Okay. But I did include one robot. Okay, actually, there was another sci-fi one that I was thinking of adding, which would have been another robot cover. But I was like, I'll keep that for later. Okay, so
Noonan, if ants were that big, they'd collapse because they need a skeletal system in order
It's
to keep
all real, Matt. It's all real. Look at the gal.
Listen,
She looks
I'm
real,
not-
doesn't she?
what if the ant is actually not big? It's just that the woman is small. Did you ever think of that?
Whoa! You just blew my
Whoa.
mind.
Yeah, I'm freaking out.
So
Wow,
yeah,
that's like right out of whatever it is, the movie from Oregon, with
what's the
Belushi.
movie where the ants
Animal
become
House.
really big? Oh no.
That
Okay.
the
Uh,
galaxy is a small atom in your on your thumbnail for the
It's,
entire.
that's
Wow,
freaking.
I'm so blown away, man.
That's
Alan,
animal.
I think the movie was called Them, right? The
Them?
giant.
No.
That was great. Them was so great. The
That's a
gal, and
gi-
then
No.
they had the guy that was the Miracle of 42nd Street. And then also in Foreign Correspondent, he was the assassin that tried to bump off Joel McRae. He's wonderful in that.
Yeah, it wasn't them. It's another
Okay.
one.
And
It's the one where
James Whitmore Senior tries to shoot it with a Thompson, but he ends up getting in. You know, the gets it into the mandibles and starts grinding him up, and that's the end. Cut him in half. James Arness, Matt Dillon was the main star of that. You've seen it, Alan. And they're driving
yeah, I've
jeeps all
seen
over the
them.
sewers and stuff.
Yeah, that's a different movie. That's a black and white movie. The
Yes,
movie
that's
I'm
right.
thinking, the movie I'm thinking is it's a color movie. They're on an island, and it's like, and the ants become really smart too.
Hmm.
I saw it when I was a
You're
kid.
talking about the black and white movie, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm talking
No,
about the
Yeah,
classic
that's
black
what I
and white.
thought
yeah,
too.
them
You're
is,
wrong.
but
Alan, you're wrong again. Please go ahead. Enjoy
I
showing
was talking
your
about a
point.
different movie. But it's a good movie. It's
Yes, it's
they're
black
on
and
a
white. It's black and
resort
white.
island.
It's black and white.
It's a
Thank you.
color movie. Okay.
It's color.
Um.
Colors are black and
Okay.
white and colors too. Thank you.
Okay. Here's Planet Comics 56, and it's another Women in Tubes one. I just like Women in Tubes.
You and Cliff.
Don't ask about where my wife is. So
Sounds like she's in a tube.
probably. Okay. So there's that. Okay, we got 3 more. So another Planet Comics. This is Planet Comics 56, I believe. 58, 58.
What's the name of
And
the
then-
guy?
Bob.
Who's the
I don't
hero?
know.
No. Who's the hero on the cover, Alan?
Okay, that's Tara, but I don't remember the guy's name. He's her servant guy. I forget what his name is.
It's not Hunt Bowman, is it?
Oh, it could be. Yeah, Hunt Bowman. That's really easy. Yeah, he's figured it out. Hunt Bowman. Yeah,
What a
and then
great name, Hunt Bowman.
and that's Mista the Moon.
Mist of the Moon. That's science fiction, then, huh?
Yeah, this is science fiction.
Okay.
She's
She's riding
Mista
a
of the
rocket.
Moon. She's on a rocket. That's as sci-fi as it gets.
Oh, I see. It's planetary. Interesting. Controversial.
Well, yes, top 10 half-naked chicks. Yes, that's my theme. Okay, and then okay, here is the one robot one. So you'll be happy. At least this one made the list.
Yes.
Okay, so number 2 on my list. This is number 2 actually, and so Startling Comics number 49.
There you go, Andreas.
Alex Schomburg cover, classic cover. Yeah, I always love this one.
I mean, that has to be an inspiration for Bender Bending Rodriguez, right?
It is. It is. Like if
Yes.
you watch, I interviewed what's his name?
Bill Morrison.
Bill Morrison. Thank you.
Okay.
And Bill Morrison confirmed that this is Bender.
No.
Ins-
Bender
Well,
is based
inspiration.
upon the robot on that cover. It's
Inspiration.
not the Bender cover. Bender is the derivative piece of crap that Groening came up with to take someone else's idea and make a bunch of money at and then feel put upon because of it.
Yeah.
Isn't Graining from Portland?
Yes,
Yes.
I
Brandon
know
went
him.
to school with Steven.
I know
They
him.
went to school together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So and then the number 1 on my list. Whenever I think of sci-fi covers, I always think of this one. So this is Weird Science. And it's the one that actually was the inspiration for Mars Attacks.
Is
Yes,
it?
I can see that. Yes.
Very
Can't
cool.
you tell?
Yeah.
I don't know. The little kids behind the rocks? I don't get it.
No, the
It's
alien
the-
dude. Look at the alien dude
The creature.
with the bubble
yeah.
helmet.
I think he's pulling your leg.
The little kids is
Dang
like
it. He
the little
got me
kids is
too.
inspiration for I don't know. But Weird Science number 16. Yeah, a Wally Wood cover. And
Where's
Wally Wood was
where's Slim Whitman?
what?
Where's Slim Whitman? Where's Tom Jones? Huh?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
Slim
know.
Whitman's already. No, wait, no, that's Slim Pickens. I was going to say Slim
But-
Whitman's already.
Pickens is
blown
riding
up.
a bomb. That's what he's
Yes,
doing
that's
it
right.
again.
Yes,
You know.
I got them confused for a second.
But actually, at the time, it was really interesting that Wally Wood was like in high demand at this time during his career, and because of this cover, what was the company that wanted the cards? They Tops. They commissioned him to do the Tops Mars Attacks. Like they basically created
Card
a
set.
card line.
Card
Yeah,
set.
and
And did
then
he do it?
yep, he
Do
did.
you have the set?
No, I don't. But that's my top 10 list. So if you want to take part, I hope everyone here takes part. Yeah, that was it. My sci-fi covers.
Cool. Do you want to go first, Nate?
You can go ahead, buddy.
All right,
Yeah,
sure.
you go ahead.
All right. Tonight, I just pulled out a bunch of old actions because that's what I was feeling. That's what I was feeling. You know, invulnerability and all. Considering everybody else was feeling sick this week, let's have some inspiration.
Oh, I'm maybe mistaken. Norm Saunders did the Mars Attacks cards.
Well, that's kind of what I thought, but I thought you knew. That's okay.
Okay, I thought it was like
Wally Wood.
Wally Wood. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, but they were inspired from that book. If that makes any difference.
The first one I've got here is Action Comics 251, which is significant because it's my oldest action, but also it has the ad for the first Supergirl in the next issue, and as a result, has become a very expensive book in its own right.
For an advertisement?
Yes,
I'm never sure. I'm never quite sure of that.
Actually, but in that advertisement, if you show it, it's actually got the origin. Like, it says, that she's
it says that she's from Krypton. It says that the only thing they get wrong is they get her skirt color wrong.
Yeah, they change it.
They changed it to here it's red, and on the actual comic it's blue.
But 123 also had a red skirt too. Superman.
Yes, but that wasn't the same character, right? So
it was the Supergirl tryout, and it was and it was called Superwoman too, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You agree with me. Thank you, Matt.
This came from the Stuart McDougal pedigree. As you can see, he's written his name on there. This is the first adult Bizarro, Action Comics 254.
There was a big controversy that a lot of people think that is the real Bizarro.
Yeah. Well, it's the first one only lasted as a one-shot because it died in that issue. And that's why some people, but this one has a different origin too. I mean, same type of Ray, but this one was Lex Luthor. So.
And what is the Supergirl story, which would be very early?
Oh, geez, that one, third one. It would be the third one, and I'm blanking on it right now. And I probably know it if I look. Well, in the next one, 269, it's Supergirl visits Atlantis. It says so at the top. But this one is one of the funniest stories from this action run. It's the Truth Mirror, where it's a magical evil mirror, and it actually shows, Clark Kent and Superman is Clark Kent. And Superman he puts an inscription on the back, removes the glass, and does something with a weird looking Lois and Superman dummy just to prove to her that the mirror doesn't work. It's a very interesting story. Here we have Action 271 that's got Electro on it as the bad guy. So it's the supposed voyage to Dimension X is called. If I remember correctly, this is another one where it's some sort of trick and doesn't work. I don't know. I don't get it. A lot of Superman in the Silver Age was he wasn't the nicest guy on the planet. And so there were a lot of tricks and a lot of things. I think Mort Weisinger put way too much of himself in it because Mort Weisinger was known as not being the best guy on the planet. So Next up, we've got Action 281. It's the man who saved Superman's life. And this was the only 10-cent comic that my dad had in the original collection way back when I saw this. This is an interesting story because it has an Earthman going to Krypton and apparently saving Superman's life when he's bitten by a Kryptonian snake. So
A steak bit him?
Steak or snake?
Snake, as in
Boy, I'll tell you, it's those Kryptonian restaurants, those are tough, man.
It
The
said
food
like you
fights
said
back.
steak.
Well, I
was
meant
wondering.
snake. You know,
You meant steak,
Snake.
okay.
this one is a key issue. This is action number 285, the one where Superman reveals Supergirl's presence to the world.
Oh, wow.
And why did he do it?
Why? Because he finally felt after 3 years she learned how to use her powers enough to announce to the world that she existed.
That's a great one.
So basically, you know what happened is that she's basically, because if you remember, she landed on Earth at 15. And in this one, she's basically she's turned 18. She's an adult, and he can't tell her what to do anymore. So
That's
there's also a Legion cameo in this story where Saturn Girl, Brainiac 5, and a couple other members are watching, and they're like, now we can remove this lead line plate because apparently it says she landed in 1959, revealed to the world 1962. It's like,
okay.
here's another one with a Legion thing, and it's Action Comics 286, and it's got the Villain Squad with Electro, Brainiac, Luthor, and the 3 Legion of Supervillain characters. They've become the jury of super enemies because they wanted to,
The comments are really cute. I just had to put
Yeah,
these
the
up.
comment section's on fire today.
I know.
Mhm.
She's legal, isn't that called? Yeah, I caught them all.
Yeah.
But I think this is interesting because it looks, if you'll look, it looks similar to the Superman 147 with the original, the whole thing with the Legion of Supervillains looking like the Legion of Superheroes. And then you throw in it's a jury box. But of course, we know that only a civil jury has 6 members. A full jury is 12, so they're a little short. Here's another one that is sort of a key. Another Legion appearance. This is Action Comics 289, where Superman is really creepy because he makes comments. He makes comments like, if he was to ever marry, it would be someone super as fun like Supergirl. But because they're cousins and Krypton doesn't allow cousin marriage, that's out of the question. In other words, he's given it some thought.
Isn't that Clean Girl
So
though?
naturally, Supergirl finds a super person who looks exactly like her from 5-10 years in the future for him to go to, which of course they can't work out because she loses her powers under a yellow sun. And it's just this whole thing. And then he goes in the future to try to pick up Saturn Girl. And that's where you get the first reference in comics of Lightning Lad being Saturn Girl's husband, where they're kissing under mistletoe. Apparently mistletoe is not allowed in 2024, but it's okay in 2963. So,
Yeah.
and Superman kisses Saturn Girl twice under the mistletoe, and Lightning Lad gets a little annoyed.
Wow.
This here is Action Comics 297. It's a story where Perry White discovers Superman's identity. Basically, Perry White ends up with amnesia and remembers that he's a reporter and not an editor, and he becomes a reporter. And sure enough, he figures out Superman's secret identity, then gets hit on the head. He gets hit on the head, and he gets his memory back and forgets that he discovered Clark Kent was Superman.
Wow.
And the last one I'm going to show for today is Action Comics 304, featuring the Interplanetary Olympics. You've got
I see this one.
movies, and you've got the other team. What was it? You've got the Really Rottens, and you've got the what's the third team with Boo Boo and all them?
I have no idea.
I don't remember either, but the Laugh Olympics was hilarious.
Yeah, I love the Laugh Olympics.
But at the same time,
Dastardly and all those ones, right?
Yeah.
So
And
wait, why is it Superman can't lift the bar and everyone else is awesome?
Superman is acting like he's weak because basically, unfortunately, this had a booby prize, and the planet whose champion won, something was going to happen to that planet.
Oh, okay.
So Superman acted bad to save Earth. So, oops, sorry. And those are the ones I've got today.
All right, cool. So, do you want to go, Nate?
Yeah, I got a few.
Blame
Um,
it.
First couple are Stephen. You said that you got rid of all your childhood books in '88. I don't have many of mine, but I have a couple. So this is Superman 335 from
I like that book.
1979, I think. I love this one. Mr. Mxyzptlk turns the Daily Planet into like a real newspaper building.
Thank you very much for saying his name correctly.
Oh,
I
you're
cannot say his name correctly, so
Yes,
you are superior to me. I bow before you.
I can't say his name backwards, and I can't say his wife's name.
Multiplex him.
This is a Marvel team up with Spider-Man and Dazzler. This is from, I think, 81. And I think both of those books I got at the same garage sale with my dad when I was a kid. And these are books I have had ever since.
4 years ago?
No. This was, I mean, I think I got those in, probably around 1981. And then I got an exciting package from Canada. It's the land up north. And so
wow.
Matt sent me some books. So Justice League Dark Annual by Ram V. Haven't read this, but I haven't read any of these, but I was really excited to get them this week. So I got this. He sent me an Action Comics 1029. I like Jonathan as Superman / Superboy. I wish they hadn't aged him up, but I like him as a character.
I agree there. They screwed that up big time with that.
Yeah. This one, Matt, is absolutely hysterical. Action Comics 488 with Microwave Man. Yep. And I think the thing I'm really excited about is the Airwave story. I just love a good Airwave story, if there is such a thing.
Microwave Man is a lousy cook.
And popcorn.
This is the first appearance of
the Fatal Five.
Shadowlass. First appearance of Shadowlass. So this is Adventure 365, and this is one I didn't have. So
it's the second appearance of the Fatal Five.
Yeah. And this one's just awesome. Adventure Comics 440, a really good Spectre cover.
I thought you'd like that one.
I do like this one. This is really cool. So thank you, Matt. I really did like those. And then Steven, I thought maybe you would like this one since you are my fellow action figure bro. So Big B McFly, I bought some books off him and he just threw these in. This is Sectars. So they were these like insect-based action figures. And I got the first 5 issues. And these toys here were like, they were gloves. You put your hand in the glove and it was the legs of the insect, and then the figures fit on the back, and the figures were pretty big.
Do you have them still?
I don't. Well, if I do, they're at my parents' house. And my mom put everything in these semi-trailers on their property, and they have like deteriorated. So I very much doubt they have survived, sadly enough.
That's sad.
It is sad because I had some toys, boys.
Well, why don't you go and make a pilgrimage and find out if there's anything left to salvage? It won't get any better.
I have tried. You don't want to fight with my mom, and she just won't let me get in there. She's like, if we open up this semi, we have to have something else to put everything in. It's silly. It's not worth fighting about. She literally has all of my kindergarten papers, like all of the papers that ever got sent home from elementary school. She's a bit of a hoarder, not a dirty hoarder, just a quantity hoarder. I love Marvel Universe or Who's Who, anything that gives you a breakdown of characters. Big B, I bought some books off him, and this was another one I got that he just kind of threw in because he knew I wanted the Dazzler, the Dazzler that's in there. Oh, fiddle, those are awesome. They really are awesome. I see them at toy shows a lot. Somebody I saw had their like whatever their Castle Grayskull was, the really big one.
Oh, those are cool.
So let's see. Okay. Matt got me on these too. The anniversary issues. So the Hive, that's what it's called. The Hive. Holy cow.
Hive. Wow.
So Detective 572 has a like Sherlock Holmes crossover, and I love Batman teaming up with the Elongated Man. It was really cool. And the centerfold in this is a Dick Sprang like 2-pager with all of the villains, Batman and Robin. It's a really cool.
Yeah, I know the book.
So,
It's
matter of
amazing.
fact, that's worth digging out here, and it is right in the middle. There we go.
That's
wow.
really good.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Great splash
Hey,
page.
and I love it. Dick Sprang remembers.
Right.
He's like Pepperidge Farm.
Yes. He's the elephant of
Pepperidge Farm
DC.
remembers.
He does not forget.
Yes,
Oh.
What does Pepperidge Farm have to do with that?
because Pepperidge Farm also remembers
It's their thing.
What do they remember?
Everything.
everything.
I bet they remember this. This anniversary one was my favorite so far. There are a lot of really good pinups in here by so many cool artists. The Bernie Wrightson is amazing. The 3 stories that are in here are really good. Maybe there's more than 3. I don't remember, but I read this a little while
5
back.
or 6 actually, but some of them are pretty short.
But yeah, the Mobius and the Bernie Wrightson pinups of Superman are the ones that really stood out to me because they're just kind of unique. Like those are 2 guys that I don't see draw, superheroes. So I don't know. I was really happy to find that. And then Matt, you'll be happy to know that I'm now only 1 issue away from having every comic that Prez appears in. So I've got, now this is issue 2, so I've got 1, 2, and 3. I just need number 4, and I have that Supergirl. Is it Supergirl number 10?
Supergirl number 10, yes.
Yeah, I have that. So I almost have the full run of 5 books. But that is an oddball creation of the 70s. This is the whole reason I bought anything off of no, I'll save that for just a minute. Okay, so this was another cool one I got from Bigby. This was one I definitely wanted, but it's not the reason I bought everything.
Very nice.
So Superman Annual 6. He gave me a great deal, and he threw in so many. He's just like such a nice guy. But this is one he knew he held back, and he knew that I would want. And then I also got this one off of him. Speaking of space covers, Alan, I could throw this on mine. Strange Adventures 243.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I like the White Space Dragon with Adam Strange. But this is the whole.
Was that a reprint or was that an original story?
I don't know. I don't know.
remember that one.
I literally bought it for the cover. He said, "Hey, are you interested in this?" And I said, "Oh yeah."
Adam Strange was being reprinted at that time, so like in things like you'll see on my list that I recorded today that there's a couple of I've got a couple of Adam Strange reprint books from the 70s, and that's
cool.
I'm not familiar with Pepper Ridge Farm, by the way.
Maybe it's more. I don't know. It was a commercial. So this is what I wanted. Like this is what Bigby had that I wanted more than anything. So this was Flash 163. The stop. Don't pass up this issue. My life depends on it. And like it seems gimmicky, but like this is actually a part of the story. That Flash, this guy has a radiation that if people don't, it makes people forget you. And if people forget you, you cease to exist. So it's like Santa Claus rules. And there's only one little girl that remembers the Flash because he saved her doll, and that's the only thing that keeps him from completely disappearing. And then he like with his Flash powers, basically writes a newspaper or a novel that tells his life story and passes it out at super speed to people, and they read it and they're like, "Oh yeah, I kind of remember this guy." And the more people in Central City remember him, then he gets his powers back and he goes and beats up Radiation Guy. It was a weird story.
But it's a great cover.
It's a great cover.
That was one of the best covers Carmine Infantino ever did.
I mean, weird or not, I liked reading it.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. Like I see that on just about every list of great covers.
And then I got, these are kind of beat up, but I mean, I don't care. I got them. There's a guy I know locally, and I'm actually going to see him on Sunday when I go to a show, but he sold me these. The covers are either Uh, None of the covers are detached, but they're all only holding on by one staple. And this one is like falling to pieces. But this is Adventure Comics 291.
Nice.
Yeah, I was really glad. I mean,
That's the
I
Cleopatra one, eh?
just tell you, I paid like I didn't even pay $5 a piece for these next Silver Age books I'm going to show you, but they're not in good shape. But I got them to read. You will love this one, Matt. This is Superman 156. We've got Crypto and Supergirl, and this was
And
I've
the
read.
Superman Emergency Squad from Kandor.
Yeah, I've read this one before. This one's a lot of fun.
Mm.
This
isn't
one,
isn't that the one where he thinks he's got virus X or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
this one I posted on Instagram, and Steven, you were making fun of the way that they made kids talk. This is part 3 of the imaginary story of Superman and Lois being married. That started with them being married, and then ended up with them adopting Supergirl, and then in this one they've got kids. And it's a 10-cent Lois. It's issue number 23, and this one's definitely rough. I know it's only holding on by one staple, but it was a fun read.
I just finished my Lois Lane collection.
Oh, way to
Got the
go.
whole run.
Congratulations. Very jealous. Very jealous.
Yeah, I just finished it.
Yes.
But more happy for you than jealous, but a
Okay,
little
thanks.
jealous.
Thanks.
This one is awesome. This one's in beautiful shape. So I'm sorry. I guess I lied. This one's in beautiful shape. This is Jimmy Olsen 99.
I have that.
Yeah, this one is really cool. And so I think I paid $10 for this one because it was it's pretty crispy inside. This isn't a Mylar, so it looks a little better.
Is there a way to throw me on with Nate?
Maybe.
I think we can just do 4s.
We'll do it fours. I don't know how to make
There we
yours.
go. With twinsies.
Nice.
Oh, you were going to show that one?
No,
So-
I just read this like yesterday. So
Oh, that's
it was-
cool.
That's
I
so
haven't,
fun.
I haven't read mine yet. So that's my first stack. That's everything I got from Big B and everything I picked up from a guy I know. And if we end up doing more, I've got a few more I can show, but that's where I'll stop for now. Those were good pickups.
Those are
Okay.
great pickups.
Wait. Before Steven, I'm going to go one more time. Sorry, Steven. Just because you forced me to do this. So,
I forced
you forced me. So this will be quick though. So, Rick Bradford.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
With
so
the Bender robot.
it's not. He doesn't look like Bender.
Well, he
Its own
looks similar.
unique robot. I don't know. Bender has a certain look to him. I think certain. But yeah, that's. And then quickly, the other robots that I was thinking about. This one, I really like this one.
Ooh.
The
that's a
romantic
tough
robot.
book. That's a really tough book to get,
Yeah, got a nice grade too, actually.
and that's a 5.5. That's a great book.
Yeah, Invasion of the Love Robots. And then last one, I know you have this as well, right? Gene Fawcett as well.
I do.
Yeah, Out of This World. Okay, so those are. I just wanted to show those quickly, just because Steven forced me, and then we'll go back to Steven. Brainy.
It's the pinball machines that's forcing everything. They sound like they're in command here. Very nice.
Oh yeah, some Thor.
This was from the Geeky Dad auction.
Ah. And that was with Hudat and a whole bunch of those guys, or who was it?
That is Mr. Sands and James Willie and the Tone. Hudat.
I like that one.
Oh, Vampirella.
Vampirella. Very nice.
This is the signature of this comic is guaranteed authentic KRS Comics, and the signature is Will Jack. I buy modern books every so often because
I came in and Okay. You buy Martin because what? You're going to say you like some of the covers, right?
I like modern the modern Good Girl stuff, and there's some modern books that are kind of fun.
Hmm.
This was like a lot that they were selling, and I just they were all in one bunch.
That's a great Moon Knight cover.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. Who do you know who did that one?
That was Don Gardino.
He's doing everything. Ah, so Zatanna.
That is cool.
And this is 519 out of 600. Certificate of authenticity. The house. Let's see. Bring down a copy of Zatanna. Bring down the house number 2. Virgin for Souza Mena.
Cool.
Impressive.
This is from Who Dat. This is a Linsner cover.
Is that what's the girl's name? Hella.
It's
Hella
Devil Hell Witch
something.
kind of girl.
But I
woman.
think that's related to Vampirella, right?
Something like that. The flaming head. Here is a little Doom spec.
Mm.
Oh wow. Very nice cover.
Again from Who Dat. And this was from James, the Cookie Man, from the Sands group of the Geeky Dad auction.
Nice.
Oh yeah, wow.
Good cover.
Looks like a really high grade copy of it too.
It's a nice copy.
Is that Todd McFarlane or no Pratt
I think so.
or no Todd McFarlane, right?
Yeah.
Huh? Was this like a Hulk lot that you won? Or
Yeah,
something?
it was an incredible Hulk lot.
Yeah, I love McFarlane.
He was kind of like the king of the 80s, the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have
Yeah.
that. I have that one. I love when the trade dress is being messed with.
yeah. When they're smashing the trade dress.
I just think it's so cool.
I had the one with the claws out, but I figured it was, I just put in a very, very low offer and I won. And I got all these that I didn't have, but
Nice.
Wow.
and I think now I have either 3 or 4 of these.
Oh, Professor Hulk.
And I think this is my second copy of this one.
Oh, first appearance of
First
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah. That's
So
a big
all
book
those-
right now.
All of these Hulks were in one lot. I think with $25 or $35 or something like that.
For the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think each of the, like a few of those are way more than that by themselves.
He kept pointing that out. Alan knows the significance of this one. This was recalled.
Recalled. Too sexual for Disney. I don't know. I think it's a great cover.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but Disney, back then was very
Here is a Lee Elias cover. What every girl should know. Number 4, True Love, Problems and Advice Illustrated. How's that for a title?
Problems and advice.
Illustrated, please.
Yes. It's Dear Abby the comic.
Oh, Bill, if I hadn't been so stubborn, why didn't I let you make up when you wanted to? And then the guys, congratulations, Bill, you're engaged to the sweetest gal in town. Woo-hoo.
Isn't it funny how Ann Landers and Dear Abby were like twin sisters in real
Yeah.
life?
I thought that was cool.
Now, it's always interesting. Special features include how to hold your man.
So how do you hold your man?
I'm not going to say what's in my head, okay?
Unwillingly.
That one came from, and this one came from.
Oh, so they're saying that it's a tall tale that's not recalled. That's recalled.
That's what it was said in the listing too.
Okay. Yeah, I heard the same thing too. That it was
So
recalled. Oh, that's a good one. Who's the cover artist of that?
Who did it? It doesn't say who did it. It's Public Enemies, Volume 1, Number
Callie.
7, Stories of the Fight
Hi,
for
Callie.
Law and Order. Hello, Callie. This is one I think Alan has. And then it was offered and was very inexpensive, which is surprising because it's kind of an expensive book. Big bathing beauty issue inside. Miss Atomic Blonde of 1948 is?
I actually got that really, really cheap in high grade. I don't know why it was so inexpensive. It's such a beautiful book.
This one is a book that I have seen a couple times over the years, and always the guys wanted $750, $875 for it because they just really were really high on this. This is from November of 1958. It's actually November, December, and it actually came out in November. This is Archie, number 83.
Oh, yeah. Because of you, I picked that book up too.
That's really cool.
And Archie
Just
says,
read
look,
it. Read it. It's awesome.
he says, look, Veronica, I'll promise I won't go out with anyone but boys while you're away. Now, how about you promising me? She said, sure, Archie. I promise I won't go out with anyone but boys too. And the last book I have to show, I'm stunned that I was able to get it. It's Magazine Enterprises, ME. And this is Jet Powers Traps the Terrorists from Time, issue number 2. And it's Jet Comics number 2.
I almost pulled that tonight to show. That's funny.
This might have been a good science fiction cover for you, Alan.
I thought I showed some reasonably good ones. Okay.
That reminds me of the dinosaur from Pee-wee's Big Adventure for some reason. Which I know that was a
reminds me
dinosaur.
of-
basement in the Alamo.
It reminds
Oh,
me of the
I've lost the
dinosaur
mode.
from Batman, actually. The giant
Yes.
dinosaur.
Oh yeah.
Alan, do you know what story the penny came from? The name of the story?
I forget the name of the story, but
It's the Penny Plunderers.
oh wow, okay.
Mhm.
And so why the giant penny?
I can't tell you. I have to kill you. We've had enough trouble as it is.
Wasn't
Everybody,
it Dick Sprang?
all the women in
Well-
Canada are already trying to kill you. So I'm not going to add to your adversity, my friend.
I would think. I think it's because Dick Sprang liked drawing big things, like giant cigarette lighters and giant
The name-
pennies.
I
A name
love
like Dick
that.
Sprang, how
World-
could you not want to draw giant things?
World's Finest always had this thing where they went to the abandoned advertising museum, and then there's like 8,000 exhibits and giant wrenches and giant, everything still works. They power it up and everything comes up. It's abandoned. I mean, it's so, and of course, Dick Sprang was big on that, and his capes always had this flowing thing that went where the capes came up and back and around.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
Dick Sprang.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that best. I think isn't he that the cover of Batman 3 where he's got the nice big cape running behind him?
Well, that of course is Bob Kane, though. That's not Dick Sprang.
Still, but you know he got it from somewhere. Like that whole.
And if you look at Batman number 3, you'll notice that it's both purple and blue to set it off of that black cover.
Yeah.
And that's nothing else but black behind him. It is absolutely character centric. Is Batman #3 with
Yeah,
that black cover?
it's a great
really
cover.
an amazing cover, actually.
Cool. Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, Fiddle, you're on fire. On fire.
Now,
Okay.
what is he saying?
Dick Sprang giant thing. What a headline.
And now figure drawing says Viagra is based on Dick Sprang.
These
Oh,
people, I'm telling you, I don't know. How many
it's
people
been
do
a-
we have with us today,
Okay,
Alan?
you are talking about a
We were
crowd
up
of
to
people.
50 at one point.
whoa.
You are talking about
That's
a crowd
happening.
of people who come here to see good girl art.
Why would they come here for that? We never.
I have
said
no
we-
idea why.
I have no idea either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know how you guys invited me. I mean, I'm the who wants to see Dazzler or the Sectors?
Well, Dazzler's good.
I brought some Superman books to show.
I've got who is
They're
Donna
really
Troy?
cool.
Oh, that's
All
funny.
right, so I'm actually going to wrap it up for tonight.
Yeah.
Alan,
Sorry,
before you
we're
wrap it
keeping
up,
this up.
Alan, before you wrap it up,
Mhm.
have you heard anything about the printing of the Vixens? That I'm using
So,
English. I'm speaking in English this time because I find that if I shift over to Swahili, it takes longer for you to translate. So, for your Canadian sensibilities, I'm using English. What is happening with the printing? Have they printed them yet, or are they in the process of being printed?
I heard mid-September.
I heard that too.
And
So you've heard nothing.
The funny thing is, you never mentioned which year,
Yeah.
and that is a
I was
See,
gonna
now
say
the
it's
mystery is
over
like
now.
explained.
I gather from your evasiveness that you do not know.
I have no idea. I was told.
Hey, it's not like you've been doing anything or had any trouble or anything. Hey,
I was told on Monday that he started the printing process.
he started the printing process. How many books are you going to print in total?
I don't know. I think maybe only a few hundred. It's not that many that are getting printed all together.
Do you know what the name of the
Someday,
company is that is printing your books?
No idea.
Do you have a cover price on your books or no price on the covers at all?
No price on the cover, or yeah. So, and pretty much, it's going to be a limited edition for everything at the end of it, because I think we're not doing that many extra copies of anything. So
Well, I
it's gonna
thought that
be
he was going to sell all the
He is.
Overrun or whatever like that. It doesn't sound like much to overrun with. Do you know how much it will be overrun?
I think probably the ones that were not exclusive. So the exclusives were like 1 or 20, something like that. But then there was ones where it was like kind of open edition. I think maybe max 100, maybe 150 kind of range. So it's going to be like every one of them is going to be rare, basically.
And does he provide the quality control? Because I'm certain that the people, when they're paying $35 and $75 a throw for these books, that they're going to want to have gem mints when they get them. They don't want no damage, right?
Yeah. So I got books from him in the past, like where he did other Kickstarters with other artists or other people, and they were all beautifully shipped. And so that I think he's really good on.
I have a piece of original art coming to me. Is it an 11 by 17, Alan, or do you know how big it is?
It's like postage stamp size from what I heard. It's about this.
I see.
I was going to say it comes from Dick Sprang's artist, so it's like the size of the building.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. This has been very illuminating. Nate, did you actually fall victim to the Vixens of the Golden Age, or did you avoid it?
I did not. I tried to the night. So Alan had sent out a bunch of stuff. I tried to get into the Kickstarter, and Kickstarter wouldn't let me in that night.
I'll tell you what. Isn't that interesting, Alan? Everybody had that problem with that thing.
Wait,
I
really?
was included. Yes, I had. I actually had to call in K-pop Junkie to walk me through, and it took her a while to figure out what they were doing and how it was set up. It was absolutely unlinear in any way.
I literally thought it was because I was drunk.
It wouldn't matter.
No, I could not get through. I
With
could not
Kickstarter.
make Kickstarter happen.
The good thing was, because of you, Stephen, I contacted K-pop because I needed some help doing the same thing you did, and she was able to show me real fast.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she
That
doped
actually
it-
makes me
she
feel a
doped it
little
out with
better.
me about these different tiers where you had to stay in a tier, but if you
Yeah.
wanted to add more of it, you had to back out of the tier. But then there was
Exactly.
a
I
thing
had
where
to
you could
see-
actually stay in the tier and then go to
Yeah.
the bottom, and then you had to do this and that. You will be able to participate in the next one. Alan is frozen. He's absolutely frozen with joy, and actually that Alan stopped the picture to give you an idea of how his head actually feels at this moment.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Am I frozen
Callie
this
has
whole
asked
time?
a question.
You're frozen,
you're-
dude.
you're coming back
and
now.
Yeah,
Coming back now.
you're coming back. You're coming out of it, Alan.
Callie wants to know what's in your cart.
It's all in
In
his
my
cart.
cart.
It's all in his cart.
I
Alan,
have all the cards
your
in my
cart with my comic shop that has everything. Everything is in your cart.
Everything is there.
That was in my cart. That was in my cart, quote unquote. That was in my cart.
There's a couple big books in my cart right now that I'm
Oh, really?
thinking
What's
about
in there?
getting, but I can't tell because you'll buy it and then
What? No.
Actually,
It's okay. It's okay. What do you have in
So-
your cart?
by the way, Stephen, I got to tell you something.
Mm-mm.
Remember that book? I said don't buy it, and then what did you do?
I had already bought it. By the time you said that, I'd
Well,
already
I
put
said
my
that
fingers
before.
on
I
and bought
actually
it.
said, okay, before I showed you the picture, I said don't buy this book. And
Okay.
then
And what happened?
when-
And what happened, Alan? What
and
happened?
then I showed you the book. I showed you the book, and I said don't buy it again. And then you're like, oh, it's too late. I already bought it. I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, so it had like a best offer on it. This
It was a
Archie.
$39 book, and he put $30 on it. Is that correct, Alan? Did he get you
Yes.
30?
I got my 30.
Good for you. The extra $9 Canadian will be nice, and you can buy some socks.
But you could have saved $10. I was trying to save you money.
I see. I
So-
a lot of times, but you know, with me, sometimes it was a Dan Parent. And what was the count on that thing? Is it like 130 or 300 or whatever?
150. 150.
150. So it was really low. And it's the picture of Betty, or I mean, of Veronica,
Yeah, where
when
she's diving.
into the pool, but she's diving into this lava pit and Reggie and Archie look like hot stuff, little white diapers and tails and horns.
Yeah,
And she's got a tail. She has a tail coming right out of her
back.
out of
Backside.
her area, and the tail is coming out, and Dan Parent has it, and she's going to go into the cauldron, and she's
Diving.
diving into the cauldron.
Yeah, no, it's a great cover. So
Just bringing up a complete new meaning for a piece of tail.
yes. So the reason I mentioned that was a book in my cart. And the reason I mention these things is like if I tell you, then you go and buy it. So I'm not going to tell you what's in my cart because I don't want you to buy it.
I have 11
Oh.
books in my cart, and neither of you are going to choose them. So
Well, that's Alan. It's all right. You know, actually, in fairness, I'm looking at a few of the books in the auction that
Mhm.
starts tomorrow that I would like to. But I have noticed of late that a lot of the books they put up for auction, they'll put a few nice ones, but a lot of them are coverless and they are incomplete and they're all in very poor condition. And some of them are ones that didn't sell and didn't sell and didn't sell. Now finally they're being put into the auction to get whatever they're going to get out of it. That's how I got my Saint #1, because the guy just wouldn't come down and no one would buy it. And he finally put it in and what the market would bear, and that's how I finally ended up getting it, because he wouldn't come down.
Yeah, actually, I've been sort of holding off on buying much anyways lately. So my cart, I'm just leaving it in the cart for now.
Now, is it in the front of the cart or is it for later in the cart?
So right in the front of the cart, I only have 4 books, but one of them
Oh, really?
is
Which four do you have in the front of the cart, Alan?
So one of them is really big, and I'm debating about getting it because it's going to be one I'd have to do in payments. And And then the ones that are not in the front of the cart, there's like a whole bunch of stuff, like about 100 books that are not in the front of the cart.
Was it Popular, or was it Magic Comics or something that was the one that was going to take you a while that you're looking at?
No, no, no. So I bought a bunch. Okay, so this is just sort of inside thing. So I got a whole bunch of big books from Yaniv, actually. Like the first Buck Rogers pulp book, for example. The first appearance of Sheena in Jumbo Comics #1 I got from him. And Green Hornet #1 as well. Those are some big books that I'm paying off with him. So that's going to take a year to pay those off. So they're all big books. Like if you know the books, you know the books. They're big. But the one that's in my cart, in my Ford cart, is a book. You know what it is once I say it. It's a Batman related book.
Okay.
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
No, just you can tell me. I'm not really chasing it. The only one I'm after that has gotten elusive and too expensive is Batman #9, the spotlight cover.
Oh,
I want to add that to my run of early Batmans. That's the only other one that I really want.
Number
Okay.
8 is a great
In
cover,
my
too.
1 through 12. I mean, I'm missing. I think 8 is the Infinity cover. I have no desire, no pull for that.
I'd like to get that one actually. I like
I know,
Infinity
but you're an
covers.
Infinity cover guy. I'm not so brittle. So what is it that what are you after, or are you afraid someone in the audience might go after it?
Well, yeah, that's my fear.
Okay, well,
It's
that's all right. I appreciate that. Protect your turf.
yeah, it's related to Joker. How about that? I showed you it.
Oh yes, now I know exactly what it is. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
I do know what it is. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
I had a beautiful copy of that book that I very carefully sold years ago.
Hmm.
It was a
Makes
brilliant
sense.
move on my part. Truly beautiful, brilliant move. When I got
Yeah,
rid of
that
the
book hasn't really
Holocaust,
moved that much.
I got rid of the Holocaust cover. Sure glad I got rid of that one. And then I also got rid of All Great Comics #2, All Great 2. And I shouldn't have got rid of that, but I very wisely got rid of that. But all of that stuff turned into Schomburg stuff.
Which went up a lot more.
Probably a lot of that turned into like my Startling 49 and my Wonders and a lot of that other stuff that I was buying. And when I had a chance to get a Startling 49, I said, do I want All Great Comics 2 or do I want Startling 49? Brian says it's gone. He just bought it.
God. Gone.
So yeah.
Is Little Chips right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's the
Smart.
first appearance of the Red Hood,
Red
right?
Hood. Yeah.
Yeah. Alan, before we go, I just wanted to give a quick update because I've actually had a few people reach out to me on Instagram. I don't know if it's anybody here or not, but Hagen is doing better. The
What
hurricane.
happened with Hagen?
Well, the hurricane hit his area where he lives, and he was without power until I think Tuesday, and without internet until yesterday. So it's just been. I mean, his area was just very, very, badly hit. He's fine. His wife is fine.
His house is fine.
As far as I know, his house is fine. It's just
I
been
messaged him the day after, and he messaged me back to say that he was able to get cell service, but that was pretty much it at the time.
Yeah.
So I saw like the news reports of like Asheville or
That's North Carolina, not South Carolina.
And he is definitely not doing as bad as the people there, but it's just basically like if it was a technology service, it was down in his area. No electricity.
It's down everywhere.
Yeah. Cell service was very, very spotty. So like I would send him a message and it would take him a couple days to get back to me.
Well, as long as him and his ex-girlfriend are okay, then I say I hope the comics are good.
everything is as far as I know, everything is fine.
Yeah, you should hear. He calls her his ex-girlfriend,
his wife, because he married her.
I see. That must be very reassuring for her.
Yes. So I'm hopeful that he's doing better. Maybe he'll be able to join us next Friday.
Okay.
I sent him the link. I hadn't heard from him. I was going to ask you that too.
Yeah.
Alan, I just want to say here, and all kidding aside, I give thanks that you're all right. I know you're not great. I know you're not 100%. I know by any stretch. but I'm very, very happy that things are moving, and not in a very crucial or critical way, but are moving in a more linear fashion for you to get
Mhm.
back on the beam, because that is that was totally no bueno at all. And
Yeah.
then Matt knew the ins and outs as far as you got the wrong place, the hospital
That's
to
so
go to,
funny.
and I guess that the Francophiles and the Anglophiles don't converse very well at this hospital, and
It's a hospital that gets a lot of French people.
Well,
yeah,
it's
and
because
that's
it's an actual francophone hospital. It's Ontario's only francophone hospital.
Oh,
Like that is a French hospital first. There was a huge about 20 years ago there was a huge outrage because they wanted to close it because at the time it wasn't being used a lot.
Yes,
Yes, it was the Malfour, yeah.
which
I told him he should be going to the general there, Lau.
well, now I know it's a little bit too
Mhm.
late now, but
and speaking of Lyle, when will your interview with
yeah,
Lyle
when will
Brady
that drop?
drop
Well,
on your channel, Matt?
I have two quick announcements. Lyle consented to be interviewed. We did an interview together this week, and it's going to air on the 12th of October.
Okay,
So
October
next
12th,
a week tomorrow. A week tomorrow.
Columbus Day.
okay.
Yes, well,
Cool.
and
It's Lyle
I have
interview
also
day.
decided. I have also decided because I am slowly getting up there in subscribers. I have decided that there's going to be another giveaway soon. The announcement about the giveaway is also scheduled to be out on my channel this week, and
Cool.
I am so blown away. I'm
What are
getting
you at now?
263. I'm getting 1 or 2
Oh,
subscribers a day, and
nice.
it's been like for the last 2 weeks, and I am absolutely blown away by it. I have reached over I've had videos reach 300 now views,
hmm,
Matt,
and
that's awesome.
that's good.
like I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I've had a great week. People have watched my stuff. I'm very grateful, and so I've started working on a pile of books, and also my next giveaway. There's going to be an interesting part of it as well that I will have more details for later in the week.
Very cool.
Yeah, congratulations, Matt. That is
Well
awesome.
done, Matt.
I'm very happy for you, man.
And how about you, Nate?
Um, like what? Like what do I got coming up?
What you got going on?
What?
Well, I tell you what, it's not till the end of the month, but the thing I'm really excited about, I have it sitting right here anyway. I announced I am starting a graphic novel book club. So once a month,
Wow.
I'm gonna declare a graphic novel for the month, and I'm gonna invite some people on to read it. So this month we're reading My Favorite Thing is Monsters, which is quite a tome. This
Wow.
is it's really this is really good. There's a lot of history in here, like World War II history, as well as like the history of the kind of like a very, very poor area of 1960s Chicago. There's a lot of monster themes in there, obviously, like, you know, Universal monsters, coming of age, just all kinds of stuff. But the people who
So
are
they
going
have
to
to
join,
read that whole book
that's
within the
hey,
month.
and that's volume 1. There's 2 volumes of this thing.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
and the art, you know what? I got to show you the art because it's just
I mean,
gorgeous.
the cover looked nice.
But I gotta be careful. So one of the things she does, this artist, so it looks like a sketchbook, but then she does covers that look like covers of, you know, like old horror magazines and things.
Wow.
Like each chapter has a magazine cover like that.
That's impressive.
But joining me to discuss that is going to be Eric. He has a channel called 9 Panel Comics, and then a little unknown channel. You guys probably haven't heard of him. It's Mike from Lunch Money Comics. He's
Oh
going to
wow.
join me. Yeah, he's
Oh,
going to
nice.
join my channel on that as well. So that's going to be on the 30th. And yes, JX is right. She did the whole thing with ballpoint pen, all of the color, all of the line art, everything is drawn with a ballpoint pen. It's just the creation of it is interesting. The story is interesting. So that's going to be October 30th, a live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern. Other than that, I'm going to be following my friend Matt and be a guest on Cliff on Comics on the 19th. I'm going to be on
Nice.
22 Comics on the 10th. I think I have a live stream on Tuesday. I'm 90% sure I'll have a live stream this coming Tuesday, and I should have a new video out next week.
What's the live stream about?
the one that I do is just going to be a friend and I are going to a small convention on Sunday, and he's somebody who I just adore, and I've told him he should, do this. He should talk about stuff. So I'm going to try to, whatever we end up picking up is just going to kind of be like what we talk about. And we may have, Hagen or Jacob join us. I haven't figured the whole thing out yet.
Will, are you going to film
Jacob's
inside?
good
Are you going to
people.
film inside the convention?
I'm going to film some inside. It's like a, like a Baimon Sci-Fi Con kind of thing. Like it's just probably 50 guys with tables for books. It's a small, like my favorite kind of show. But yes, I'm going to take my camera and I'm going to get some footage. I doubt I'll show it on the stream, but I may end up making like, just a regular video about it. Although I got to tell you guys, I am so backed up with videos and like, things that I have lined up that I've started and I've been editing. And I don't know if I told you guys, I filmed an entire AOK from Steve Driscoll that he sent me. And then right after that, I filmed another from Mr. Akins of What's on the Comic Rack. I got tagged in this challenge from Pocket Full of Comics. I know you know who he is, Alan.
Yes.
I think you bought some books off him. So he started this
from him. Yeah.
He started this tag challenge and it got to me. So I filmed that. And then I imported all of the footage into my computer and none of it had sound.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And it was devastating. So, so that was like last week is when like everything just kind of, I mean, that was that's just started a cascade. So I didn't get much out last week, but thankfully my job, I'm on break for a little bit. So today was my last day of work for a while. And I'm going to try to hammer some stuff out so that I can get on a more consistent release schedule over the next couple of weeks.
What break do you have right now? What's the holiday or
we call it fall break. So the school district that I teach in is we do 10 weeks and then 2 weeks off. And so 2 weeks off for fall, 2 weeks off for Christmas, 2 weeks off for spring. So we just finished our first slog.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Cool. What I'm happy to see is there's a lot of people out there who are beginning to know who you are, Nate.
Well,
is everything okay with Jacob? He hasn't posted in a while.
He is okay as well. He's had, just some real life stuff, nothing like, he's fine. It's nice of you to ask. I talk to him pretty regularly too, but yeah, he's just kind of had to take a break from YouTube to focus on what's important as you should,
Yeah.
So, and Steven, I know I talked to you earlier this week, man, but I'm really glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
I was not happy to hear that you were sick. So I'm really happy.
I had the COVID.
You had the COVID.
I had the COVID, and it was fortunately it was a mild case, and it was a cold, but it really wasn't a cold. And when I finally tested, then it was it was right away. Boom! It came up, and I had it, and then everything made sense, and my mood and my energy level and the general malaise was such that it was more than just a cold. It was a cold, but it was more than a cold. It was COVID.
Yeah.
So it's annoying as hell.
I'm glad you're feeling better, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys, I got to wrap it up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Understood.
I was supposed to wrap it up like 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
No, thank you, everybody.
Buddy,
Bye-bye.
take care.
Yeah. All right. It was good to see you guys.